Okay, in today's episode, we're going to be taking some scrap apart. We're going to be scrapping through some stuff here just to get some stuff done. Some nice brass here. It's got a piece of steel running through the middle. So we're going to cut that out. Get our bandsaw out. Man, this must be carbide or something. Oh, there goes that. Now we just gotta get that piece of steel out of there. There's that. We can get this piece of plastic out of there. Where's our cutters? Oh, there's a spring inside of here. A little piece of copper, it looks like. Oh, there it goes. All right, we'll pick that up later. All right, so now let's move on to some other stuff. Next up, we got a box. As you can see, it's got some copper, some red and yellow brass inside of it. So we're going to pull out the good stuff because the box is just steel. So let's get the copper out. Oh, that was pretty easy. All right, we'll come back to this when we go back over to the vise. This is some interesting looking copper pipe. Maybe that's even brass. That's probably copper. I don't know. It might be plated. All right, we'll find out in a minute. So how grainy this copper is, I thought it might have been brass plated or brass plated with copper, but as you can see, it's just copper because like when you look at the red brass, how grainy that is. So I figured I would just check and show you. So it's copper. Next up, we got the Carrier Motor Master. Some wire. Pretty cool heatsink on there. I think this is the thing that controls the motor that opens and closes the flanges and air ducts. Oh yeah, this is just like a giant heatsink pretty much. No motor in there. Piece of steel, circuit board, some wirings. What's that? Nice heatsink there. We'll pound this off in a minute when we come back to that. There's copper doodad in there, so we'll micro scrap that with that. Almost forgot to cut off this wire. Can't forget that part. Wire is one of the best things. And now we got some electric motors. We're gonna pull off the ends and cut off the shell, so then they'll be a little bit closer to getting ready to strip. So let's do that right now. There's the stator. There's the other end. So there's one. On to the second. Yeah, I'm gonna get some weights and weigh these up, take them apart, see how much profit can be made off these, because I think I'm gonna try to start buying electric motors from the scrapyard, because that would be totally awesome. And then just like work on electric motors all the time, and work on pickups from the people I work with, scrap wise, and I won't have to do any street scrapping. Just keep it professional. But first we got to see how much they want for electric motors. I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of room for profit, but we will see. Now we're gonna cut off the shells of these motors. I'm gonna use my bandsaw. There's the first one. One. Two. Little danger there. Strange, it's not cutting through for some reason. There we go. Just had to say something about it. All right, Jesus. So there's the third one. So now we're gonna come back to this thing, clean this up, get this handle off. Got those out of there. Oh, that fell off. Oh, that's for the ball valve in there. We'll get that later. And now we got this pipe to cut up. Get the brass off there. Now I'm going to sell this as copper and brass. It pays pretty good. Well, now I lost it because it fell in that bucket. So I guess I won't be selling it as copper and brass. I'll fish it out later. Just so much stuff in there. All right, there's that. So here's that ball valve thing. We're just going to pull out this plastic, get that out of there. And this can go as yellow brass, but I'm going to end up cleaning this up later. So this is going to go into the to-do pile. We'll come back to that at a later date. And like I said, now we'll clean up this. Oh, there goes the wire. And let's get this copper off of here. See how hard this is going to be. That made it a little easier. And the hammer's right there, and I'm using a pair of pliers. All right, there's that. So now we're gonna clean up this giant heat sink. Get this off of there for some nice extruded. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. There's a real nice piece of extruded aluminum. So here's what we ended up with, minus the water heater. All right, here's our little bit of shred we got. Here's our brass, some yellow, some red, some copper and brass. Now I'm not gonna fight with this to clean this up. Like I said, I'll just sell it as is. They're pretty good for copper and brass. Here's that little ball valve. I'm gonna clean that up at a later time. There's a little bit of copper. There's the copper that came out of this first thing we did. We got a little bit of wire here. There's a little bit of number 2 copper. That can probably go as breakage. It's a little junky board. There's that nice beefy heat sink. And here's the electric motors. Next I'm just gonna have to cut the sides off, or the one side off, and then pull the tape and string and stuff. I will pull out this when I do a video. Well, probably not going to do a video, but because I already cut them. But I'm going to weigh, like I said, weigh all these up, see if I can make a good profit off it. But it depends on what the scrapyard wants to sell them to me as, or if they'll even sell them to me in the first place. But so there we go. That's what we ended up with for our little breakdown video.